Look at penalty fair. Only me. See how long it is. What did I do? What did I do? Hi guys, my name is Yeti and welcome to Yeti Splash.
Splash, splash, splash!
So guys, today I'm going to be telling you how I got a fine in the UK and how I got away with it, meaning I'm not paying no dime. Okay, so who's ready for me to slash the juice? Who is ready? So guys, this was what happened. I think barely a month of my arrival in the UK. I think exactly a month and a day. Can you imagine? I got an interview to go to Seven Oaks. Seven Oaks is in Kent. I stay in London, so I was a newbie, so I don't know if it was a distance. I mean, I googled the distance on my phone to check. It was like an hour plus, especially when I was sure that it was not going to be hold up. It was going to be a smooth journey all through. So I decided to go, and I came back with this. It's so funny because this whole scenario, my cousin did warn me about it, and I have to mention because she's going to be very angry if I don't mention that she actually told me, but I refused to listen. When I'm doing my next video on things you need to look out for when you apply for a job, you will fully understand why I had to mention that she warned me. Because she was like, why do you want to go work in Kent? And I'm like, why can't I work in Kent? And she's like, I mean, that's countryside. This is London. You don't have to go all the way to Kent. And I'm like, I checked my Google map. It's just an hour, few minutes, an hour 40 minutes away. And I was telling her how I used to go from Berger to Etiosa to work, to the island to work, almost getting to Ajah. So why wouldn't I be able to go for an hour for the something journey, especially when I know that there's not going to be traffic and anything? So okay, no problem. Then I started my journey, took the first train, changed at Jubilee line. There is something we use in London, right? Or not London. I don't know if it applies to other parts of the UK, but it's called Oyster card. If you are in Lagos, you know what Cowrie card is, just like the BRT Cowrie card. So you can use it as a means of payment. You tap in and tap out at the station. And that was what I did at the beginning of my journey. I tapped in, figured out my way. I found myself at London Bridge. London Bridge has two different stations, a small London Bridge station and another bigger London Bridge station. So I went to the bigger station because it is from there that I'm going to connect another train that will finally take me to Seven Oaks that I was going to. When I got to London Bridge, I tapped in my card again, and I did ask the officer that was there, one train official that was at the train station that was going to Seven Oaks, and she was like, okay, you're going to platform 6 because each train have their own platform. Wait there and you will get a train towards something bodies and alight at Seven Oaks. I said perfect. Then I waited for almost 30 minutes. That is when I should know that there's a problem with that line. I waited for like 30 minutes before that train came. And usually, since I've been using train in London, once you're at the train station, maximum of 8 minutes, you will get a train going to your destination. When I had to wait 30 minutes, I should know that where I'm going is not somewhere closer. But no, I still went ahead. I entered the train. And don't forget, I mentioned I already tapped in legally. I already tapped in at London Bridge legally. And I was I paid for my fare. So when I was inside the station, I was in the station, I took some, nice selfies, because that particular train was different from the other train that I've been entering when I'm going within London. It was quite fine, quite comfortable, it was even looking like a plane, to be very honest. There are places where you can put your load. I was like, oh, this is a very fine train, not knowing that I'm going to countryside. I'm already moving out of where my father sent me to. That was how we started this journey. Labanlo. Hey, Adenlo. I was passing bush like this, see, but way back for road. I was like, okay, where am I going today? But that's my own. I love the adventure. It was quite fun, but I was still, having my fun. Then when we got to Orpington, there's one place called Orpington. While the train was still moving, an announcement was made that our Oyster card will no longer be valid after Orpington, meaning we have to disembark from the train or something, because I didn't get it to buy a ticket that will take us to Seven Oaks, that particular train is still moving and is going to Seven Oaks, but our transport is no longer valid. So I was shocked by the announcement, you know, and there was no one on the train, not like an official media announcement. It was just all these automated announcements, and I was like, oh, okay. Before I could even think Jack Robinson, the door of the train opened. Barely 1 minute, the door closed. I was still inside the train, figuring, what will I do? Like, they didn't tell me this at the train station. Nobody told me anything. I've already paid. So what will I do? Where will I get down? And I know it took me 30 minutes to board the train. I'm not going to stand up. And I had an interview. I'm not going to stand at a station for another 30 minutes waiting for another one when I'm already late, almost late for my interview. That's why I continued my journey, and I was going, and I got to Seven Oaks. Child, you see, sometimes ITK, I believe that's what finished me on this particular day. I got to Seven Oaks, and I was supposed to join another train from Seven Oaks to, is it Baton Ball? Yeah. Like, I was already at Seven Oaks like this, just to join the next train. I entered the next train. Then I remember that, oh, I haven't paid for my ticket now. Like, a patriotic citizen that I am, you know, always. I traveled abroad with this image that I'm not going to be part of those people. They'll say, Nigerians, that's how they do that. No, I wanted everything to be by the books, you know, proper legal. I didn't want anything that will put me in trouble or soil Nigerian image. I don't want to be those Africans or those Nigerians that will go about to also tarnish Nigerian image. On my own volition, on my own accord, on my own, I got down from the train that was supposed to take me to is it Bell and Ball or Bat and Ball? I think Bat and Ball, yeah. I now went on myself, carried myself like this to the I carried myself to go and meet the officer. The officer was not even down. She was up at the train station, and I went to go and meet her like, madam, sorry, this was what happened. So I want to get a ticket for the fare. Like, it wasn't intentional. I was already on the train before I could think. The train moved. I went to report myself. You see, oh my God. You see, there's one thing with abroad people, yeah? They are so courteous. You see, please, sorry, thank you, I'm sorry. Oh my God. Hey, they will finish you with sorry, and they are killing you like this. That was what happened exactly that day. So I walked to the white lady. It wasn't a lady, you know, with confidence and, you know, a citizen trying to do the right thing, blah blah blah. When I got there, madam, excuse me, I'm in transit, blah blah blah. On the train, they announced this, da. So I want to get a ticket for my fare since I didn't get it too. I didn't know that the 30 minutes I was trying to avoid, to waste, was what I ended up wasting. That was how she started. Hey love, how are you? What's your name, please? You know, start getting all my information. Oh, so where do you say you're traveling from? I said, I'm not traveling from anywhere. I'm just coming from London Bridge now. Oh, I see. You're coming all the way from London Bridge. Wow, that's quite a journey. You know, she was so calm, so soft, so, oh, can I see your travel ticket, please? I gave her my Oyster card. She checked into the machine. Oh, you tapped in at London Bridge, right? I said yes. Said, oh, but do you know when you get to Orpington, this card is no longer valid? I said yes. That was announced on the moving train. That is why I am here, you know, to pay for the train that I just entered. Nah. I want to pay for it. Like, oh, making some. Well, let me pay for it. And then she went, you see, love, that's not the case. This is my job that I'm doing here. And I'm like, that is how Auntie started with her assets. Started telling me how she's on duty, that yes, she understands the fact that I want to do the right thing, but I've already violated the law by not being on a train with a valid ticket. And I'm like, excuse me, this was announced on the train. She was too nice for me to even complain. Like, she was too nice for me to flare up. I don't know if you understand it. She was too courteous. I'm the one that has violated you. Ignorance of the law is one. excuse. Yes, I have violated the law, but she was still really nice. Like, she was treating, I'm sorry, love, I know this might affect your plan this morning. I know, like, she was just calling me love, darling, sweetie, honey. And as she was saying it, she was just pressing one little machine she was holding like POS. What's your name, please? What's your date of birth, please? What's your postcode, please? I know this is quite upsetting. I know that this can be quite frustrating, but this is my job. I'm so sorry. I still have to issue. I don't know. Say Kasala, don't bust. Kai, you still have to issue. But after all this explanation, when we said I may carry myself, come meet you. You still want to give me? Oh boy. I was really angry because I could have gone. Like, I could have gone. And the thing about abroad people is that they don't hear sorry, they don't hear stuff like Baba call me, please now. She busy that I'm begging, brother, uncle, please now. Once it's their job, it is their job. Like, they will not hear sorry. And there's no cutting of corners. Okay, you want to give me a ticket of £27? Let me give you £10. You put that in your pocket now. Let's go. No, nothing like that. No bribery. No, she's just, please. And she was even telling me, you don't have to pay now, you can pay within 21 days, so I'm not collecting any money from you now. And I'm like, auntie, you're not collecting any money from me, but you still want me to pay. That was how we dragged it, and she ended up giving me this. Anyway, so back to how I got away with it. As a lawyer I've been practicing in Nigeria for almost 5 years, like active practice, proper litigation, before I carried my kaya and said, is enough. So I still have that lawyer spirit in me because I'm still a lawyer anyways. I went home and I calmed down and I read every single thing on this paper. Then, because I still believe that yes, ignorance of the law is not an excuse, but there are some things that you can just get away with, or you shouldn't be punished for, because I didn't know and it was announced on a moving train. Am I supposed to jump down? What was I supposed to do? I went home, read everything, and I saw this part, right to appeal. That if I believe that there has been a mistake, I have the right to appeal against the issue of the penalty notice. That was why I went to my computer, went to penaltyservices.co.uk, narrated my ordeal, how I validly pay, how I'm still even going to pay £8 because I didn't tap out. Said all my story, how I'm a first-time offender, how I just relocated to the UK barely a month ago, how the traveling system has not been is quite daunting and I've not adjusted to it. Wrote this story today. Thank God there was word limit. I now said I've exceeded the word limit. I now had to recount to make my whole story fit into the word limit. Then I sent it. Then they responded Tuesday like that. If I want them to listen to my appeal, I need to give them evidence of what I'm claiming. If I just entered the UK, I should be able to prove it. I forwarded my passport, because the day you enter the UK will be on your passport. Then as well, I forwarded all of this because I ended up still paying for it. I insisted. I told that woman I still want. Yes, she had given me ticket, but I still wanted to still purchase the ticket for that particular place, because I was already building my case from that place, because I knew that no, this was wrong. So can you see it? Showed them that I eventually got my ticket, gave them my story, my own side of the story, how I think I'm not at fault, how the system is frustrating me already, and so many other stories. And they sent me an email to say that I can go scot-free. So that was how I got away with it. Thank you for listening to my story. I hope you enjoy it. Please don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share as well. And also, I'm going to be doing another episode on getting a job in the UK. That will shed more light to my ordeal. Maybe if I had known all this thing in the past, I wouldn't have gone all the way to 7 Oaks in the first place to look for a job. I love you all.